Shouldn't 50 Cent be more focused on the allegations that are being made about him by his baby mama? Why is he all over other people's baby mama business? Well, allegedly, he's not done with the Carters, and I've heard that he's got tea about Jay-Z's late mistress, Cathy Kori White, and details about what happened to her and her alleged daughter.
Cathy White's truth is going to be unveiled, and it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Anything else?
Yeah. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it.
Okay, y'all know that there have been allegations that Cathy White was pregnant with Beyoncé's husband, Jay-Z's child, before her death, right? But she reportedly died under mysterious circumstances around the same time she was reportedly pregnant. Now, before she died, Cathy was contacted by a major tabloid that was investigating the Jay-Z connection, and she initially gave them little information to go on. According to one of the sources, following her conversation with the tabloid, Kori called Jay and told him that she was going to go public with their affair if he didn't pay her. Then Beyoncé revealed she was expecting her first child with Jay-Z at the MTV VMAs, and Cathy passed away 3 days later. Now, the same reporter called Liz Crokin, who reached out to Cathy back in 2011, was back saying that she still believes that the circumstances surrounding Cathy's death were fishy. Liz said on X that in August of 2011, she was working as a senior editor for Star magazine, and her boss asked her to look into online blog reports claiming that a woman named Cathy Kori White, who friends called Kori, was having an affair with Jay-Z. According to Liz, days later, she tried to reach Cathy at work with no luck, and she finally got a hold of one of her colleagues and asked her if she knew why Cathy had been MIA, and her colleague shockingly told her she was no more. Liz also said that sources told her that Cathy had told Jay-Z she was considering going public with Star via her after they talked. She said there were also online blogs that reported the same story, and she ran a small story on this that appeared in Star at the time. In addition, she said she wanted to pursue the story further, particularly investigate if she was indeed unalived, but she was discouraged from doing so, and her boss was not interested in running a follow-up piece. Of course, it was already suspicious how she died, and an NYPD detective also confirmed that it was sus when they said that Cathy's cause of death was uncertain, and the detective said that they had the autopsy and toxicology reports done to figure out what really happened to her. Here's what the detective said. A 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Cathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she died. It was too early to be speculating that an aneurysm unalived her. They will be doing an autopsy later today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Cathy a bad, so they'll do a toxicology test, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report. However, even after a detective confirmed that something weird was going on there, I find it quite fascinating that the real autopsy report never came out, and the information never found itself to the media. Basically, someone worked really hard to make sure that no more information got out about the affair, and the cause of death was concluded as an aneurysm. Okay, about Cathy's pregnancy and what may have happened to the baby. There have been allegations that she was pregnant with Jay's child, Blue Ivy. I mean, there were already rumors that Beyoncé had a surrogate to carry Blue, and that is why the timing was so off and the whole pregnancy was rushed. Allegedly, the rush to have a baby had something to do with the fact that Cathy was also pregnant around the same time, and she is the one who was reportedly carrying Blue. Plus, we know that there have been reports claiming that Beyoncé has always had issues carrying a pregnancy to term, which is why she supposedly used a surrogate for Blue and faked her pregnancy. There's even a video that was actually making rounds where Beyoncé was sitting down for her interview when she was pregnant with Blue, and her baby bump appeared to fold. Yes, she said later that the fabric was what folded and called the rumors crazy. But people are still convinced that she faked the pregnancy with Blue. Now, as for why 50 Cent would be spilling this tea, let's just say that Jay-Z and 50 Cent have never been best friends. And for a bit of background, their feud basically escalated after the G-Unit catapulted to global stardom, even dethroning Jay-Z on Forbes' Hip Hop Cash Kings list in 2008. And if there's one thing I know about Sean Carter, he does not like not being the best. In fact, at the time, in an interview with Rolling Stone, 50 agreed and accused accused Jay-Z of mistreating Rockefeller artists like Beanie Sigel and Freeway, with whom he tried to work with, saying, "He has a king complex. He thinks he's Jesus. You know what I mean? This Jehovah-ish." He said something one time I didn't like. Those little things, subliminal things. For me, that's the punk way to do things. See, 50 Cent has also called the Carters backstabbers. And at one point, he even slammed Jay-Z and Beyonce for sabotaging Nas when they released their album at the same time as Nas.
Yeah, it was what they did to Nas.
That's
Yeah.
you,
I know what you did to Nas, Jay. That's
I feel like
Nah, he come out on the same weekend. This still slapping him without everybody noticing what's going on. But that was still like, oh, so when you're coming out, my coming out.
Well, by the time we got to 2022, guys were sure that there's no hope for that relationship because Jay-Z tried to sabotage 50 Cent. Like Jay purposefully left 50 out of the 2022 Super Bowl halftime commercial, and 50 himself spilled all about it on Big Boy's Neighborhood and recalled how NORE confided in him and told him about Eminem petitioning to have him included in the show, and straight up said that Eminem said that if he was not in it, he wanted nothing to do with it.
I wasn't in the ad
Right.
because of Jay-Z and them was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori was, he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50. Right?
And if y'all have noticed, 50 Cent has actually been on Jay-Z's neck since Diddy's cases went viral, and recently even liked a comment teasing that a documentary on Jay-Z should be next. And you know what's the one thing people want cleared when it comes to Jay-Z? Yep, what really happened to Cathy White. And is it true that Diddy was involved? Okay, it's true that Diddy was in the vicinity when Jay was allegedly smashing Kori, and the rumor that Jay and Cathy were together was actually sparked after Kori and Claudia Jordan were spotted at Las Vegas's Tao nightclub, sitting at a table with Jay-Z and Diddy in 2010. Based on reports, they were there to see the Floyd Mayweather and Juana Manuel Marquez boxing match, with sources revealing that just before they attended the Sin City fight, Jay purchased a $2,500 pair of Louis Vuitton shoes for Cathy to wear that evening. Apparently, Jay also requested Kori to bring a few friends to ride with them that evening so that it would not look like they were a thing. Then, based on what the tabloids said, during their time in Vegas, Jay also took Kori gambling at the Bellagio Casino, and once again, he insisted on Kori bringing a few friends to their table in an attempt to cover their public appearances. Apparently, just like Claudia, Cathy had openly admitted to only messing with super rich guys, and that unless a man had a net worth of at least $50 million, she wouldn't pay him any attention, which means that Jay was a perfect catch for her. However, Claudia has denied that she was close friends with Cathy, and she even responded to people who have been telling her that she should tell the truth about what happened to Cathy. First of all, she dismissed the claims that they were close as completely false, stating that she and Cathy White were merely acquaintances who hung out a few times in 2010. In addition, Claudia also emphasized that during their time together, Cathy never mentioned anything about being involved with Jay-Z, let alone being pregnant by him. And then she said, "We drank, gambled together, and played craps in Vegas. No Jay-Z. She was never pregnant around me. I'm so sick of people telling this story." Claudia also said that Cathy was with her boyfriend Malcolm when she died. But you know what's weird about this Malcolm? Is that nobody has ever heard of him. So we don't even know if he was the father to the alleged baby that Cathy was carrying. For all we know, he was probably also unalived.
I saw him in Vegas at a party where Jay-Z was there, Diddy was there, my friend Cathy White, that y'all keep trying to tie me into her death. It is not true. She was not having an affair with Jay-Z. She never told me she was messing with him. Matter of fact, when she died, she had a boyfriend. His name was Malcolm, and she died with him. I need y'all to stop this rumor that she was pregnant by Jay-Z. She never told me that. I never seen her pregnant. I seen her drinking. We went to Magic Mountain, Six Flags together, and was on the rides. These are not things that people that are pregnant by superstars do.
No.
They try to protect that fetus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Facts.
So
Yeah.
I need y'all to stop, and people keep saying this shit, and it pisses me off. I'm sure it doesn't make her family feel good to constantly see this being brought up, that she was this mistress. She never told me. I met her in Memorial Day weekend in 2008. Okay? I went to Vegas with my friend Nikki Chu. So go ask her, okay? I've been not saying her name. She introduced me to her.
And by the way, there were rumors that Claudia was at Cathy White's apartment cleaning up after the 911 call was made. And when photos of Claudia and Diddy being all cozy started making rounds, to some people, it all just looked like all these people knew exactly what happened to Cathy. Honestly, this entire thing about Cathy is still a mystery. But if word on the street is true, we could finally get the real truth. And considering 50 Cent was able to acquire never-before-seen footage of Diddy, it wouldn't be surprising if he does have info on Cathy White. Maybe even the tape that Jaguar Wright mentioned, where Cathy was screaming, which Diddy allegedly has. Baby, maybe we will finally know the real truth. But meanwhile, let me know what your thoughts are on the mystery that's Cathy White in the comments section below.